Robert Markan resigns as Public Relations Chairman for the JLP. Member of Parliament for Clarendon North Central Robert Markan has resigned as head of the Public Relations Committee of the Jamaica Labour Party JLP. The confirmation came yesterday afternoon following the JLP's Central Executive meeting at their Belmont Road headquarters in St. Andrew. The JLP said the post has not yet been filled. The party also said Homer Davis, Member of Parliament for St. James Southern, and Arthur Gordon, Executive Director at the National Solid Waste Management Authority, also resigned their Deputy General Secretary post. Deputy Mayor of Kingston, Councillor Delroy Williams, is the new Deputy General Secretary in charge of Era 1, while Deputy President of the Senate, Charles Sinclair, will take over as Deputy General Secretary in Era 4. Another major development was the appointment of Darrell Vance, Member of Parliament for Portland Western, as the JLP Treasurer. Vance replaces Senator Arbel Hill, who has been reassigned to the party secretariat, where he will oversee strategic development, among other things. The Central Executive is the JLP's highest decision-making body outside of its annual conference. Yesterday was the first Central Executive meeting since the local government elections on February 26. Opposition calls for Attorney General and Justice Minister to resign over response to court ruling regarding the DPP. The opposition People's National Party (PNP) is calling for the immediate resignation of Attorney General Dr. Derek McCoy and the Minister of Justice Delroy Chalk. This following what the party says is the government's confused response to Friday's Constitutional Court ruling declaring the second extension of the tenure of DPP Paula Llewellyn was unconstitutional. The Attorney General, in a statement on Friday, said no order has been issued for the removal of the DPP from office and that the claimants had misinterpreted the orders of the court. But the PNP is adamant that they have not misinterpreted the ruling and that the office of the DPP is now vacant. In a statement, leader of the opposition Mark Golden said the objective is to ensure that the nation avoids the impending constitutional crisis that could arise should there be no acting DPP in place by Monday morning. He said there could be severe implications if the court's ruling is ignored. Mr. Golden lamented the absence of the Public Service Commission while noting that this could negatively impact the appointment of an acting DPP. He urged the government to consider the gravity of the situation and to act in the best interest of the Jamaicans' democratic principles and good governance.
As our eminent legal representatives have pointed out with clarity in their urgent correspondence to the government's legal team yesterday, the continuation of Ms. Llewellyn in her post beyond her lawful term is not only unconstitutional, but is also a grave misstep in governance. If the government adamantly insists on the former DPP continuing to purport to hold that office, her actions would no longer be validated by law, and it could plunge the country into an even deeper crisis. The current absence of a Public Service Commission, whose term was negligently allowed to expire on the 31st of March this year, without a new commission being put in place to ensure seamless public administration, is a significant oversight by the government that could hinder ongoing public services, including the critical appointment of an acting DPP. Finally, it is clear that the public statements of the Attorney General, Dr. Derek McCoy, and the Minister of Justice, the Honourable Delroy Chalk, in the wake of the Constitutional Court's decision, represent either a profound misunderstanding or a deliberate obfuscation of the law as expressed in the judgment of the Constitutional Court. Their actions have fatally undermined their credibility as holders of those important offices. Accordingly, the People's National Party is calling for their immediate resignations as Attorney General and Minister of Justice, respectively.
Acting DPP to be appointed. An acting Director of Public Prosecutions DPP will be appointed, the Attorney General's Chambers announced 48 hours after it told Jamaicans that a Constitutional Court ruling on Friday had no implication on Paula Llewellyn's status in office. due to the ambiguity and the consequent uncertainty arising from the full court's judgment in Paulwell and Bunting versus Attorney General SU 223CV 02499, the Director of Public Prosecutions DPP has advised that she is unable to carry out the functions of her office at this time, said a statement Sunday from Attorney General Derek McCoy's office. McCoy is the Chief Legal Advisor to the government. The Chamber said the Public Service Commission will be invited to appoint a qualified person to act in the role of DPP. It added that after careful consideration of the judgment and the public interest, the Attorney General will be appealing the full court's decision immediately to have the issues resolved and determined by the Court of Appeal. The move was reportedly recommended to avoid a potential constitutional crisis where decisions made by Llewellyn since the April 19 ruling could be deemed invalid. There was also anxiety about whether prosecutors will have the authority to act in the name of the DPP when Gun Court and Circuit Court resumes on Monday. The update from the AG's chamber came hours after opposition leader Mark Golding called for the resignation of McCoy and Justice Minister Delroy Chalk, claiming that their statements that Llewellyn's status was not affected by the ruling brought Jamaica to the edge of a constitutional crisis. St. Catherine North Police recovered 2 stolen vehicles. 2 motor vehicles that were stolen from their owners in St. Catherine were recovered by police between Friday night and Saturday morning. The first vehicle, a Toyota Probox motor car, was stolen in Linstead, while the second, a Toyota Hiace motor truck, was stolen in the corporate area. Head of the St. Catherine North Division, Superintendent Hopton Nicholson, says the vehicles were recovered during intensified operational activities across the division. He urged residents to report suspicious activities in their communities to the police, while noting that the division continues to be proactive in its deployment of officers to respond effectively to the needs of citizens.
These activities led to the recovery of 2 motor vehicles that were reportedly robbed from their owners. Sometime after 9 p.m. on Saturday, April 20th, 2024, a Toyota Probox motor car was reportedly robbed from its owner in the Linstead area. The police responded quickly and the vehicle was later recovered in the Golden Acres community in the Spanish Town area. Sometime after midnight on Sunday, April 21st, 2024, a Toyota Hiace motor truck was reportedly robbed from its owner in the corporate area. It was recovered by the St. Catherine North Police in the community of Berkshire Hall. The occupants of the vehicle ran on the approach of the police and the vehicle was recovered with the engine still running.
Prime Minister Church mourns former MP Princess Laws. Prime Minister Andrew Holness has joined Jamaica Union Conference in mourning the loss of Princess Laws, a former Jamaica Labour Party Member of Parliament who passed on Saturday morning after ailing for some time. She was 79. Laws made history in the 1980 general election when she defeated People's National Party candidate Arnold Bertram to claim victory in St. and Northwestern, making it the first time the JLP won the constituency. Holness, in a post on social media, said that Laws was a trailblazer in Jamaica's public eye who left a legacy of compassion, integrity, and commitment. It is with a heavy heart that I extend my deepest condolence to the family, friends, and colleagues of Princess Laws. Her passing marks the end of an era, not only for the Jamaica Union Conference, but for our nation as a whole, he noted. Princess Laws' impact will be felt for generations to come, inspiring us all to strive for a better, more inclusive Jamaica. We will forever cherish her memory and continue to be guided by her example, added Holness. During her time in government, she was in charge of Women's Affairs and Children's Services, making contributions Holness said were invaluable. In the meantime, Jamaica Union Conference in a statement noted that Laws, before serving in the Adventist Church, was a junior minister in the government of Jamaica and a member of the Senate between 1976 and 1989. Additionally, Laws was president of the Inter-American Commission of Women Organization of American States. After she exited the political arena, she spent more than 20 years working full-time for the Seventh-day Adventist Church. At Jamaica Union Conference, she served as Public Affairs and Religious Liberty Director. She also served as a personal assistant to 2 former Union presidents. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.